We are holy, holy, holy. We are holy, holy, holy. We are holy, holy, holy. We are holy. You are holy, holy, holy. You are holy, holy, holy. You are holy, holy, holy. You are holy. Spirit divine, come to me. Feeling love, healing me. Open my heart, allow me to see beauty and love that lives in me.
Sing it out.
I am holy, holy, holy. I am holy, holy, holy. I am holy, holy, holy. I am holy.
Now as a prayer.
I am holy, holy, holy. I am holy, holy, holy. I am holy, holy, holy. I am whole.
Well, thanks for leading us, you guys. So if you're brand new, I'm Reverend Greg Dorst. If you're new on live stream, good to see you. Good to see you. You're going to have a great time today. We love the idea that we are holy. And here in Unity, we understand that there's really only one thing happening. It's God expressing through you, expressing through me in all that we see. In fact, we have a saying that makes that pretty much well known around here. So I'd like you to join me in this. There's only one thing. It may look like more than one thing. It may feel like more than one thing. But it's only one thing. Expressing as you, expressing as me, and everything we see. Well, so this is a really interesting configuration here. You know, I mean, if this were the groom's side, I'd say, wow, that groom is popular, you know. If this were the bride's side, I don't know what's going on here. The church is tilting a little bit, you know. So adjust your seating so that everything looks good. The people that you saw standing up here with me, if you're new, are prayer chaplains. And the prayer chaplains are really skilled in prayer, and they would love to meet you after service in prayer. In fact, you'll meet a couple of them up here at the podium as the service moves on. So here at Unity, we really do appreciate, love, and have faith in the prayer process. So thank you, prayer chaplains, for standing up here and making yourselves available and doing the things you need to do. So Unity of Pasadena, what a special place, you guys. It truly is. I mean, just look behind me. This is such a special place that plants grow. You know, that right here, it looks like we're in the middle of a terrarium. I mean, it's just a beautiful thing. It's a special place as well, I think, because of the way that it's built. So they paid special attention and took care to make sure that the acoustics were magnificent in here. So what that means is that I can actually hear whispering from the very back. I can hear that, and that's not a judgment or anything. It's just that I can hear it. So be careful what you say. You know, the acoustics are fantastic. Right under here is a place where I'll stand often, and I'll just do an om. You know, om, and it just resonates throughout this sanctuary because the acoustics are so good. It's great stuff. So we have a unity blessing as well. I'd like you to join me in to begin this process here, please. We love you. we bless you, we appreciate you just the way you are. We also have a statement of faith I'd like you to join me in. There is only one presence and one power active in my life and in the universe. God the good omnipotence, and I am one with that presence and power. You know, I like to affirm that we are a magnet for good. And as a magnet for good, people who want good show up. People who are looking for love show up if we're a magnet for love. If we're a magnet for a perfect expression of life, which I believe we are, this is exactly what we espouse. We espouse divine right action, and divine right action supports life at the highest level. So if you've been attracted here by any of those things, I am so happy you're here. Let's seal that by just entering into a prayer. And we'll start by taking a nice deep breath. Let's do it one more time and just sink into our seats as we do this. Take a deep breath and release it. Let's know, feel that the presence of God is right here, right now in this very space. We often describe the presence of God as love. So the presence of love is right here in this very space, and we make certain of that by calling on what we feel in our hearts when we see or remember a loved one, maybe a pet, maybe a space or a place that we just so adore and so enjoy. Just take yourself right in your mind's eye to that space where you're face to face with that loved one, where you feel the love in your heart. That's the presence of God. We call that forth right now. And I know that the presence of God is in, around, and through each and every one of us, operating as us, flowing through our veins, flowing through our minds, in such a way that we emote love in the way that we treat others. We emote love in the way that we approach everything with kindness and peace and light. Here at Unity of Pasadena, we are so grateful for so many things, and the light of our love shines on that gratitude right here and right now, for we are so grateful for our board of trustees that make certain that everything is perfect in this space. Make sure that the lights are on and all the things that are necessary to happen today happen, and every other day as well. We're so grateful for our staff, for our administrator. We're so grateful for all of the people who show up to make this place a magnificent space of beauty and love. We're so grateful for our prayer chaplains who hold the light for each and every one of us. We're grateful for our musician today. Mitch is a magnificent expression of the divine as he plays songs from the heart. We're so grateful for all of the volunteers that do the things like sound and PowerPoint and the live streaming. We just love that people can come from distances and watch and hear what it is that we do at Unity of Pasadena, the love that we show, the goodness that we exude, the ideology and thoughts and the presence of the divine that you can feel even over live stream. We're so grateful for those that operate those beautiful, beautiful ideas in the mind of God. And so it's with this great thanksgiving that I release these words, knowing that they're already done, into the law of mind. And please, please just seal this with an "and so it is." Amen. All right. So we're going to do a 3-minute question. For those of you, oh, by the way, I usually close my eyes so you can just walk right on in if I'm in the middle of prayer. Doesn't bother me one bit. In fact, I oftentimes say this. I say, while I'm in the middle of prayer and I've got my eyes closed, I open them up and my gosh, there's twice as many people here as there were before. Of course, that was part of the prayer, that we're a magnet, right? So we keep attracting. Who knows what's going to show up here? We keep attracting people all through the service, and that's a great thing. It's a wonderful thing. So this 3-minute question, I'm going to pull a question from the basket, and I'm going to give it my best. I'm going to give it my all. And if my all is I don't know, I'll tell you that. But it doesn't happen very often. Sometimes the questions are really, really difficult, and I appreciate those difficult ones because they make me think, they make me draw from a deep reservoir. And so I want to thank everyone who introduces themselves through a question. So look at this. This is a basket, sort of looks like an ark, and inside are a bunch of questions. And some people are trying to bait me into picking their question. Here's one here. It's got written on it, question with a check mark. See? Thank you very much. Perhaps next week. Here is a different colored paper, which really makes sense. That works really well. Other different colored papers like this, you know. And what I really have been drawn to is when somebody folds it into an origami shape or something, you know. It's like if there's a swan in there. I mean, how could I leave the swan? I got to pick it. I have to pick that. So let's try this. Let's see if I can read it without glasses. I can. What determines who true prophets are in the 21st century? Who? What determines who true prophets are? Well, you know, I think that demands that, well, first of all, let me answer the question. You do. You determine that. I mean, that's pretty simple, but I think before we get there, we should talk about what a prophet is. I mean, some people have differing ideas as to what a prophet is. You know, in the Bible, there are lots of prophets who've been given special information by angels and through dreams, and they are divinely tasked with doing certain things. And so they become kind of prophets by default, I guess, you know? I mean, God says, you do this. I want you to make this change in the community. I want you to make this personal change, whatever it might be, so that you can example something. So those kind of, in fact, there are some that ran away from those duties. And those are some of the most interesting stories in the Bible, you know. I don't want to do that. I'm not going there. Don't make me do it. And then they get swallowed by a fish, you know, something like that. You just do it. So I don't think that's what we're talking about in the 21st century. I think in the 21st century, what we're talking about is somebody who is inspired, I think, by divine right action. I think I just used that a moment ago. Inspired by divine right action to do the things in a way that allow people to understand the real truth of what's necessary behind their action, behind their thinking, behind the things that they do. So what that means is sort of like this. So when Mother Teresa says, and by the way, I think she's a prophet. I really do. I think she was a prophet. And was that the 21st century? Yeah, let's say it is, because we talk about her as if she's present right here in this very space, and that's cool. So, you know, when she says, you know, I am a person who adores peace. I am an advocate for peace. I will march through the streets any day of the week proclaiming peace as my mantra. But I won't carry a sign that says I'm against war, because I'm against nothing. Because I don't want to do this. I don't want to be pushed up against something else so that there is a war happening. I want to be an advocate for peace. So prophets step into the fray with something that is not, with something in mind, I think, and in heart that is not as popular as some of the violent ideations that we seem to have today. They step into a situation, and what they do is they offer the truth. And sometimes the truth isn't popular. Sometimes the truth gets them in trouble. Sometimes the truth upsets others and inspires, unfortunately, some violence. And by the way, we're not immune to that even today. I mean, we see that happening, and we'll probably talk about that a little bit later, because my talk is about non-resistance and what that means. And so this is really something that kind of fits into that. But prophets, they know the truth, and they are inspired by it, and they don't forget that truth when times get tough. because to forget the truth when times get tough is to have never known the truth at all. And prophets always know the truth. So we have some modern day prophets, I think, that are really very, very cool. And you can see them from time to time holding the high watch, much like our prayer chaplains do, over situations that are in need of prayer, that are in need of some divinely inspired right action by those engaged in life today. So they're not the ones that rush into battle. They're the ones that work on the solution that says, there is no war here. There shall be no war here, and so it is. Prophets hold a very high place in my heart. I aspire many times to be a prophet, in the things that I do. And I think that that's what prophets do. They have such an attractive force that they inspire us very much to be like them. And that's powerful. It truly is. So I think I went over 3 minutes. I have not gone over like that before. I mean, seriously. So I feel bad about that, but I got lost in that prophet idea, What an interesting question. Now, who did that to me? I didn't recognize the writing on that one. No, I really enjoy questions like that. It really inspires me and makes me think. So, yeah, well, here we are. We're ready to go. I think, Mitch, we have a song, don't we? Well, let's do one.
In the silence, there is peace. In the silence, there is unspoken joy. In the silence, there's release from a world filled with chaos and noise. I awake to these precious moments when I hear all that could never be said, and right here in this holy silence I find God, I find myself. In the silence, there is peace. In the silence, there's unspoken joy. In the silence, there's release from a world filled with chaos and noise. I awake to these precious moments when I hear all that could never be said, and right here in this holy silence I find God, I find God, I find myself.
Good morning. At the top of the page in the Daily Word for the affirmation is the word kindness. Let me give you an example of how kindness can multiply. I had to leave my home of 50 years and have moved into a 2-bedroom cottage. And not long after I moved in, this little squirrel shows up on my front porch, and he has a big notch in his left ear. So I named him Notch. And I thought, poor little thing. So I went in and got some shelled half walnuts and took them out. Well, now, not only Notch comes to me, right to my feet, but there are now 4 of them. The affirmation today. Today I will be kind to others. When I think of being kind, I am reminded of the golden rule. Do unto others as you would have them do unto you. It takes only a moment and no special effort to be kind. I can smile at a stranger, hold the door for the person behind me, or let someone go ahead of me in line. These small acts of kindness bless everyone involved. Other kind efforts may take more thought. I think of how I prefer to be treated. I am certainly someone who wants to be heard and respected. I want to know my views and opinions matter. I want others to see my value and treat me with dignity. I hold this thought as I think of others. I see people imbued with the Spirit of God. Kindness flows from me to bless others. The spiritual reference is from Proverbs. Whoever pursue righteousness and kindness will find life and honor.
Well, good morning. Happy Sunday. It is my privilege and pleasure to pray with you. Before I get started, let me reiterate something we discussed earlier. If you have any prayer concerns or needs, our chaplains would be more than happy to assist you. Chaplains, would you be kind enough to stand and let them know who you are? If you have any prayer needs, one of these lovely prayer chaplains would be more than happy to assist you. Thank you. Now, let us begin to close our eyes. Take a moment to relax your thoughts as you allow that breath to let you surrender to that quiet space within. By breathing in, breathing out, breathing in, and breathing out. Today we are at peace. Today we are releasing anything that is not peace. When we are upset or disturbed, our thoughts and feelings are activated, which provides us with opportunities to increase our awareness. We focus on our breath to become present and align in mind, body, and spirit. As we breathe consciously and deeply, we seek and find the foundation of our being in the stillness of eternal presence. In this space of inner listening, we invite intuition, discernment, and clarity. We invite divine guidance to show us the light on the path and the doors that are opening. We invite insights from the storehouse of wisdom. In the stillness, we are aware that the voice of our personal fears, doubts, and worries is often heavy, shrill, critical, and disruptive. In contrast, the voice of conscience brings expansion and a sense of calm, righteousness, and lightness of being. As we release attachment to outcome and complete whatever in our experience. Our agitated thoughts and feelings dissolve, and we are at peace. When we know what to release and how to proceed, we feel balance, harmony, connection, and wholeness. As we now move into a 2-minute period of silence. Okay, as we come back, let us say the prayer of St. Francis together. God, make me an instrument of your peace. Where there is hatred, let me sow love. Where there is injury, pardon. Where there is doubt, faith. Where there is despair, hope. Where there is darkness, light. Where there is sadness, joy. O divine presence, grant that I may not so much see, to be consoled as to console, to be understood as to understand, to be loved as to love. For it is in giving that we receive, it is in pardoning that we are pardoned, and it is through grace that we're given everlasting life. So it is. Namaste. All right, thank you very much. May all of you have a blessed day. Thank you.
I will leave this world as it is, go inside to find my God. I will leave this world as it is, go inside to find my God. I will leave this world as it is, go inside to find my God. I will leave this world as it is, go inside to find my God. Inside there is peace, inside there is joy, inside there is more than enough. Inside there is peace, Inside there is joy. Inside there is sacred love. I will leave this day as it is. Go inside to find my God. I will leave this day as it is. Go inside to find my God. Inside there is peace. Inside there is joy. Inside there is more than enough. Inside there is peace. Inside there is joy. Inside there is sacred love. I will leave this life as it is. Go inside to find my God. I will leave this life as it is. Go inside to find my God. Go inside to find my God. Go inside to find my God.
So, how many of you have heard the saying, "It is the Father within that doeth the work"? It's pretty popular around places like this to use that phrase. It's the Father within that doeth the work. And what that means is that this source of all life, this creative energy, this love that we call spirit, God, that we call the Christ consciousness, that we call healing, this is inside of us. And in order for us to align with that power, that presence, that beauty, that oneness, which we call God, we go within it. So that inspires me right here and right now to ask you to go within for a moment while we enter into prayer and hold in our hearts people who are facing strife and suffering in this moment. People who are looking for peace and are, as of yet, unable to find it. People who only want freedom and the ability to move forward in life, to live out their divine life in a place of their choosing, that step into this life recognizing and knowing that there is something more, that their greater yet to be is at hand. And oftentimes I know that these individuals feel that there is no way to approach that greater yet to be. We do so within. And we push out a consciousness from Unity of Pasadena right now that allows people to understand and know that if they hold this love, this peace, this life, this light, this beauty, this power within their hearts, and they do what is theirs to do, that their greater yet to be unfolds. I release these words with great thanksgiving into the law of mind, knowing that they're already done. Please join me by saying, "And so it is." Amen. We have quite a day today, you guys. I mean, there's a lot on the menu. And we're going to be doing some celebration around Pentecost, which involves white stone today. We have white stones that Jackie has in a basket here, and she's going to be passing those out in a moment for you. In fact, whenever you're ready. And Millie Ann is going to help us with that. Great. So, and those white stones come with pencils as well, because you're going to be writing on them. They're a blank slate for you. And there's some instruction that comes with what it is that we might decide to write on them. But for our purposes right now, Let's talk about why we do that, and why we do this white stone ritual right now. See, the white stone ritual is really about celebrating a newness in you, celebrating something brand new that's emerging. You know, when I talked about the greater yet to be a moment ago, I was talking about something that can emerge through us anytime we're ready to receive it. We must allow it to emerge. And the way we do that is by setting an intention for it to emerge. And we take the white stone, not now, but a little later on, and we place our desire as to who we would like to be. What is our greater yet to be in this life? And why do we do that today? Well, a lot of churches, Unity churches, do it on January 1st. But, you know, in fact, Barbara and I sat down and talked about this one day, and I said, I don't know if this connects as well as it might with what we really wanted to connect with. And she said, I totally agree. You know, I mean, we have these New Year's resolutions that we make. Most of us make these New Year's resolutions, and they go by the wayside. And we don't want this to be just another New Year's resolution. You know, I'm going to be peace, and then you go out and, you know, find yourself in some sort of a mix-up, and it's crazy, but you forget all about it. So we decided to kind of nail down this process at a time when it made sense. And it makes sense during the Pentecost season. How many of you have heard the story of Pentecost? I can briefly tell it. Well, good. So 50 days after resurrection, people were in Jerusalem, and there were a number of followers of Jesus who were, I guess they were on the second floor of a building, and they were engaged in some meditative prayer, and they were talking about what their next moves were going to be, how they were going to disseminate the word that they'd heard over time, because Jesus, of course, had been crucified 53 days earlier and had resurrected 50 days before their meeting there. And while they were having this discussion, a rushing wind came through, and tongues of fire, it seemed, at least that's the way the story is told, came through, I guess, the walls and the windows and every way it could enter the room and touched people. These tongues of fire. I mean, if you really wanted to get people's attention with a story, you would definitely put tongues of fire in it, you know. I mean, it's the way to do it. These tongues of fire came through, and people started speaking in tongues. They started speaking in languages that all of the people in Jerusalem at the time, who came from different countries, from different tribes, from different areas, could understand. In that moment, everyone could understand one another. Everyone was on the same page. There was unity of thought, unity of idea, unity of language. We knew each other. The truth was that we became one in that moment. Now, I'm telling the story as if I was there. And I might as well, because I really like to use stories like this in order to bring about a change in the now. I mean, how can we use this now? Well, we can use the idea, can't we? We can use the idea that we are one and that we know it. You know, that the language of the heart is one language. We recognize when people are suffering. We recognize when people are struggling. We know what's happening in people's lives when we see their faces. We know without even asking when somebody is in pain. We absolutely know it. We know when they need help. We speak a language even though our lips don't move. You know, we are one people. We are one idea in the mind of God. And I think this story represents that. But it also represents something else. It represents a change, a transformation, a transformative experience. The Bible calls it the Holy Spirit coming upon all of those people and changing them and making them new. Of course, every time there's a change that's human or divine, the word spirit is used. We sometimes use that same language today, but we oftentimes use another transformative moment, that is when we receive or understand or allow to become known to us the Christ consciousness. We look deep within, we draw from that reservoir where we know God is, and we start to align ourselves with the truth that God teaches, each and every one of us. Give love, receive love. Give goodness, receive goodness. Give kindness, receive kindness. Cause and effect, the law of circulation. All of these things that we can allow ourselves to know that God utilizes to operate this life. We can see it. We see that this life is always pushing forward as well. We know from our own experience as human beings that we can change our minds. And so Pentecost reminds us that if we're not really sure this is who we really, really want to be, then we can change that right now. Pentecost allows that idea to emerge in us. So we take it. We take that idea now. And we utilize it in our white stone process. That white stone is all about something that is spoken about in Revelation 2:17. Now, I don't know, are there fans of Revelation in here? Fans of Revelation? It's kind of a dark place. It can be kind of a dark place. But there's a couple of passages in Revelation which talk about choosing a new name and the reasons for that. Very much in alignment with Pentecost, the idea of Pentecost, and that's why we chose Pentecost for the white stone ritual. This is an opportunity to begin anew, to become our greater yet to be right now, outside of the purview of all those New Year's resolutions that you're just going to toss off. This one sticks. In fact, it sticks so well that you're going to be able to take this white stone home and review it and put it up on your dresser, wherever you put it, to remind you every single morning of who you become. So I offer to you guys a quick recitation of what it is that I might be thinking about when we go into meditation for a couple of minutes around what we want to put on the white stone. I'm going to be thinking about this idea of divine right action, because in my heart and in my mind right now, what is really pushing against me, is this question of what is mine to do? What is mine to do? I mean, isn't that really the basic question that we all have? What's mine to do? I mean, what am I supposed to do? When I see strife, when I see difficulty, when I see something other than what I want the world to be, what is mine to do? What do I do? Well, you know that I am a minister here at Unity of Pasadena, and we, more than any other church I think I have been in, are fans of this idea of transformation. I mean, we know that we come here to meet and greet and embrace our greater yet to be, to become our higher mind, our higher self, to move into that space where love and life and light and beauty and peace and power and joy abide. That's what we do. That's our aim here. Our aim is to do that. And in order to do that, I think this is where I have to come from. I have to call people in. I have to call people in. And each of you can call people into this space of beauty and peace and love and joy and life and light. These are the things that we wish to see in each one of us. We can call people in different ways. We can ask them to come and sit next to us in church. We can tell them this is a space where you're going to meet some amazing people and hear some great ideas. And we can act out those great ideas so that we become a magnet and people follow us. They just follow us. They go, what is it about you that makes you so magnetic? That light on your face, I want to know how you got that. I want to know what you know. What a neat thing. So you can be a magnet. And you can come to a place where people are called in to be something they're greater yet to be. And I need to distinguish that from calling out. I don't know if you've heard this distinction before, but there's a real difference between calling out and calling in. You call somebody out, and you create a dynamic which is less, oftentimes, than peaceful. I mean, if you don't believe me, just call somebody in this room out for something you think they're doing wrong. You know? Come up to them and tell them, I don't like the way you're doing this, or how come you're doing that? What are you doing? Why are you doing this? Calling somebody out is a great way to initiate this action, a warlike action, to make enemies, to create a space where people are divided. It is kind of the opposite of the calling in, isn't it? I mean, it really is. There's this real distinction there. You know, the calling in and calling out distinction is pretty obvious once you understand what I'm talking about. But I know that as a person that teaches transformation, that wants to see transformation in a space like this, I've got to move in a way that creates it. A calling in is a way that is much more effective for me to create that so that we can work together to become our greater yet to be than a calling out which pits people against each other. Now, I'm a fan of calling out too, by the way, just not here. I got 6 kids, for crying out loud. We got 6 kids and 10 grandchildren. I mean, hey, time out. You know, time out. That's a pretty good calling out. What did I do? Well, you want me to list them, huh? I'd be happy to. Now, there are times when that's the way to do it. And I don't do that here. I can't do that here because I'm here for a transformative experience. I'm here to help people to move into that transformative experience. I'm calling in. But there are times when I need to call out. Sometimes my presence can be just a calling out. You know, there are, just to give up a little bit here, but, you know, we didn't make the signs, but we stood on the street corner with them. You know, I mean, we just went there just to be there, just to be a part of a consciousness of people who were looking to see whether or not they could help in one way or another. We didn't make the signs, but somebody made them for us, and we held them up, and people honked as they went by, and all of the things that people do when they agree with you or disagree with you. But that is as far as I have gone, because when it gets violent, I leave, because that's not what I want. I don't want to be a magnet for that. I don't want to be known for that. I'm not going to show up in a space and have it go into violence to the extent where property is damaged and people are hurt, because my point of view will be known for that in that moment. And that's exactly the opposite of what I want. Do you guys follow me? You catch what I'm talking about? So there are times when what is mine to do is to let people know that Greg Dorst stands for peace, but he doesn't seem to see it here. And that, I think, is mine to do. That is mine to do. I don't know what is yours to do. Jesus called that non-resistance. Jesus used non-resistance techniques in order to create a space where people could see the truth about not only themselves, but about how to move out of the things that were troublesome for them. You have to be the peace you want to see. You have to be the love you want to be. You want to see in others. I mean, Jesus operated in that way. I mean, turn the other cheek, that's not about it. I mean, he didn't say, make sure you ball up your fist, and it's best if you turn your wrist as you hit somebody. Turn the other cheek is maybe a euphemism for don't be drawn in on that. Don't be drawn in by that. Find a higher way. Go to the higher mind. Utilize your higher mind. Move forward in a way that creates a forgiveness, a sense of. In fact, one of the highest levels of thought in any religion is forgiveness. I mean, and it's got to happen from both ways. You got to forgive other people, and you can be forgiven as well. And there are tons of methodologies to move into that forgiveness realm. That doesn't mean that you have to hang around them, but it does mean that you have to empty your heart of that darkness that creates the resentment. because you can't live with that anymore. So when I go into this white stone ceremony, I am going to be asking what is mine to do, what is the divine right action that I need to allow to unfold through me, and that's what I'm going to do when it's time to write. I'm going to write what that is on my white stone. That's my intention, and I think it's a great idea that you form one as well. What is it that you'd like to see flow through you? Who would you like to be in this very moment? What is it that you believe you can bring to this situation from your higher mind, from that mind that sees God in action as the only result acceptable? And what we're going to do is take that white stone that you have in front of you, near you, hold on to it, take a look at it, put it in your hand, take a look at it, get comfortable with it, hold on. And I want you to go into the silence for 2 minutes with the intention of allowing what is yours to do, or divine right action, or whatever else you would like to see unfold. And at the end of those 2 minutes, I want you to write that on your white stone. So let's go into a couple of minutes of meditation here. So let's take a deep breath. Let everything else flow out of us with that breath. Let's take another deep breath. So I just know right here, right now, that the God in me, that great I am within me, is seeking a higher consciousness, is seeking a transformative experience. That this transformative experience becomes clear to me. My intention is to become it. So I want each of you to open your eyes and write what that intention is for you, your greater yet to be, that which you want to see, that whom you would like to be, whatever it is you've decided this newness will bring for you. Please put it on that stone. And remember, it will remind you, because you will take it with you and you will put it in a prominent spot in your house or in your room, or on your desk where you can see it, to remind yourself that this is who you are. And if you need more time to do that, raise your hand. Let's take a couple more moments. So this oneness with God is real. It is absolutely the truth of life. It is life itself. Life flows through you. You see it every single day. Your hair grows, your fingernails grow, all the things that happen through you are actually evidence of life happening through you. And you can't deny it. And it's a magnificent thing. It's a wonderful thing. So know that you're living the life of God right now. That God self within you is living this life as you. And so we begin this chant, and if you know it, you join in when you want. There's only one life. That life is God's life. That life is perfect. That life is my life now. There's only one life. That life is God's life. That life is perfect. That life is my life now. There's only one life. That life is God's life. That life is perfect. That life is my life now. A little bit louder. There's only one life. That life is God's life. That life is perfect. That life is my life now. Shout it out. There's only one life. That life is God's life. That life is perfect. That life is my life now. Softly. There's only one life. That life is God's life. That life is perfect. That life is my life now. And so it is. Whew. Well, it's time for Millie Ann to come forward. Have you guys met her from up front here? I mean, I'm going to bring her up right here, and she's going to bring a little piece of paper for me, because on that paper is going to be people who are here in spirit, but they're seeing us through the magic of live stream. I mean, I say that because that's what Disney says. The magic. So this is great, because we got Sue Haynes, and Sue, our love to Ron as well. We have Basha, and of course you guys know who Basha is, and we miss you, Julio. I mean, Julio sits right over there. He's not there. He's somewhere at home, I guess. Hi, Julio. And we got Reva. We got Virginia. We got Colleen all the way from Illinois. Hello, Colleen. We got Ellen Munoz, too. Now that is so cool. Ellen, it's been a while since we've seen you. Ellen. And we have Milroy McGregor. I love that name. Milroy, I'd love to meet you. Maybe I have. Maybe we have. Anyway, love to see you. We have Rosalind. Oh, Rosalind. We have Charlene. We have Charlene from Tennessee. We have Charles DeTurk from Michigan. And if we have somebody from... Carol Bliss is on as well. Carol, oh. And Mike and Carol are on too. Yes, all right. That's Mike O'Brien and Carol Whitekey. So hello, great. Oh, Liz too. All right. Look, we're a magnet. Even virtually, we're a magnet. It's good stuff. Yeah. All right. Well, they were inspired to let us know they were there. They've probably been there all along, but you got to put your name in the chat in order for us to see that you're there. So thank you, guys. We love you. All right. So what else do we got here? We have a basket, and that basket is all about our community giving. Yeah, and you are the executive usheress here, and I love that title. I hope you do too. It's great responsibility. But she knows how to ush. I'm telling you. She knows how to ush. Yes, you know how to do that. You are so good. The pencils, the basket, the everything. It's great stuff. Well, we have a community giving statement that we say, but before that, I just want to let you know what my community giving statement is. What it is that I support things that are divine right action, that are love in action. I support things that make a difference in my life and the lives of others, and that's why I support Unity of Pasadena. And we also have this community giving statement, which I want you to say with me. God is the source of my overflowing supply, and I am grateful, and so it is. Good.
I am a prayer for peace. Wherever I go, peace goes with me. I feel peace inside. With every breath, peace abides. I know the joy of peace. I choose the fear to release. Every moment, love wakes up, and peace is every step. I am a prayer for peace. Wherever I go, peace goes with me. I feel peace inside. With every breath, peace abides. I know the joy of peace. I choose the fear to release. Every moment, love wakes up, and peace is every step. Will you sing this with me, Michelle? So you're gonna answer me. I am a prayer for peace. I feel peace inside. I know the joy of peace. I choose the fear to release. Every moment, love wakes up, and peace is every step. Where is peace?
And peace is every step. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Peace is every step.
You walk in peace, I can. You walk in
Peace
peace.
is every step.
Yow! What a place. We do it all. We touch the heart. We touch the vocal cords. We touch it all. And we also feel the love and caring as a result of all the tithes and treasures and the goodness that you give, that all of you give. And I want to say a prayer over this money that just absolutely seals this. These tithes and treasures are to be utilized with integrity. Here at Unity of Pasadena, we utilize these tithes and treasures to not only speak a message, but to push it out into the community in ways that make sense, in ways that make lives better, in ways that help people to get through situations, in ways that call in a consciousness of love and peace and beauty and power and joy. For that's who we are. I'm so, so thankful for each and every one of you. So, so thankful for Unity of Pasadena. We accept these gifts. We release this into the law of mind, knowing that we are good. Together we say, and so it is. Amen. Thank you, Millyanne. All right, so Barbara, are you doing our community giving? Our community today? Great. All right, here we go. I think that's about the right height. Let's see if I did it.
Well, good morning. Happy Pentecost, and for whatever movement forward you have intended to make, and as it relates to transformation, let's affirm our vision and our mission. Starting with our vision, envisioning a world powerfully transformed through the growing movement of shared spiritual awakening. And the mission which puts feet onto that vision, transforming lives by living and sharing our inner truth of divine wisdom, compassion, and love using practical spiritual principles. And we've got 4 core values, which are community, living love, teaching truth, and serving spirit. And in this month of June, we have some birthdays. So will those who are here with a birthday, let's identify you. Okay? We've got Larry and Cecily and Steve and Bobby and and Tim. Oh, well, okay, Sandy, you'll have to tell them we sang. So let's sing. May it be your best one yet. And to help celebrate, we do have a cake at Hospitality Time, which today is being hosted by Team D through J. And next Sunday, then third Sunday of the month, it will be Team K through R. And as Bill announced last week, this 5th Sunday will be our Adios Termites potluck. We will wish them well in another home. Anyway, but in June here, we still have a busy schedule. We continue with, Michelle continues with her Tuesday Easy Stretch classes from 10:30 to 11:30. Our Thursday evening centering prayer and meditation happens every Thursday, 5:45 to 6:45. And this week, there's one special highlight, and that is the Grace Group will be meeting. And this Saturday, Kara Castle Cornford's going to facilitate this group, which is going to focus on divine energy as expressed through goddess archetypes. And the topic for Saturday will be Mother Mary. And it is open to everyone. Even though when she initially designed the program elsewhere, it was intended specifically for women, but we all in this group have an elevated understanding, and we are open, it is open to everyone. So please come. I think it'll really be very interesting. And there's no fee, but love offerings are gratefully accepted. So that's all I have for today, Reverend Greg, so I'll turn it back over to you.
All right, so, I borrow from, we got some closing things to do, but I borrow from the South, the Southern phrase. When we have a lot of birthdays, instead of saying the names, I just go, all y'all. So I like that phrase. That means everybody, doesn't it? I mean, everybody who has a birthday. So happy birthday, you guys. So we're going to be doing our silent unity prayer for protection, and then we're going to do what today? We're going to do the peace song. Let's stand for the silent unity prayer for protection, and that'll get us on our feet for the peace song as well. So please join me. The light of God surrounds us. I am light. The love of God enfolds us. I am love. The power of God protects us. I am power. The presence of God watches over us. I am presence. Wherever I am, God is. I am divine. And all is well. And so it is.
Let there be peace on earth, and let the peace that was meant to be, with God as creator. All are we. Let us walk with each other in perfect harmony. Let peace begin with me. Let this be the moment now. With every step I take, let this be my joyous vow, to take